If you have a credit card, you need to watch this because credit card companies are suing customers without notice and winning the lawsuits.
Could you be sued and not even know it until it's too late to defend yourself in court? Well, tonight you will hear from people who say it's happened to them.
Now, do you know someone that this happened to, or has it happened to you in the past? Drop it in the comment section, because in this video, I'm going to break down on what you need to do if you've been sued by a credit card company and got a judgment without notice, and how you need to protect yourself so this doesn't happen to you.
Brenda Glore was sued about a year ago by a credit card company alleging she had an unpaid debt. But she says she didn't know about the lawsuit until she had already lost the case because she hadn't shown up in court. And the default judgment against her had wrecked her credit.
And I lost my husband 10 years ago. And so I've tried to build my credit up for me. And now that's gone. My credit's gone. I don't even know how to get it back.
She would later learn a process server signed this affidavit saying he, quote, delivered the lawsuit documents to Brenda Glore. The server wrote Glore's identity was confirmed by subjects saying yes when named. The affidavit says the papers were served to her here at a house where her son lives in Denton County on February 13th, 2025. Brenda said there was no way because she was in South Texas.
Rodeo weekend in Los Fresnos, Texas.
That's near Harlingen, where Glore lives. She says she was there preparing for that rodeo weekend with her grandkids and some friends who later vouched for her.
They wrote me a nice affidavit that stated that I was in the valley during this whole process thing.
She says she didn't find out about the lawsuit until her son texted her to say a letter had arrived in the mail here at his house in Denton County from a court, notifying her of a default judgment in a case against her. The lawsuit stemmed from a payment dispute over work on a home improvement project at her house in Harlingen, financed with a store credit card. The company took Glore to court. She says an untruthful process server stole her chance to fight back. What would you say to people who don't understand the impact that this can have?
That it can happen to you. It can happen to anybody. And you won't even know about it.
It is happening to others, according to some frustrated Denton County judges.
We're getting more and more people that were saying, I never got the service.
Justice of the Peace James DiPiazza tells us the Denton County JP courts are seeing a growing number of cases where a defendant presents credible evidence that a process server submitted a false affidavit to the court. DiPiazza says in some cases, defendants even presented home security camera video showing papers were not served or were not served directly to the defendant as required by law.
I was like, how do you trust the process anymore? What can we do?
So the judge says he and the other Denton County JPs started keeping a list of what they call untrustworthy process servers. NBC5 Investigates obtained a recent copy of the list through an open records request. The judges say it's grown to about 24 names of process servers they'll no longer accept papers from.
I've got to be able to trust that this person is out there doing what they're sworn to do, what they're licensed to do, and to uphold that same standard.
We caught up with Judge James Curbo after a hearing where he dismissed cases involving one process server on the list, including a lawsuit against Marva Marshall.
And I was like, okay, well, I never got served by a process server, so what is this?
Marshall told the judge she had no notice until she received a letter in the mail about an upcoming trial date in a case she knew nothing about.
You've got somebody who you can't trust who's out there as a process server. Now the case can't move forward at all. And so it's ultimately coming to a front here today, like you saw in court.
In some cases, the judges are now serving the process servers with subpoenas to appear and answer questions. A judge recently called in the server in Brenda Glore's case. Cameras are not allowed in Denton County JP courts, but our producer was there to listen as the process server appeared by phone and told the judge he wasn't sure who he handed the papers to, and he said he was not fully educated on the rules. We tried to contact that process server directly. So I'm reaching out because some judges in Denton County have raised concerns, but our messages were not returned. The judges tell us most servers on their untrustworthy list were serving papers for the same company, ABC Legal, which says it has the largest network of process servers in the U.S., but the servers are not ABC Legal employees. The company is essentially a platform connecting independent licensed process servers to jobs, a bit like a rideshare app. In a statement, ABC Legal told us it is aware DFW area judges have expressed concerns. The company said it removed many of the process servers involved from its platform, saying in nearly every case, ABC Legal had already discontinued their access based on internal risk assessments, often weeks or months prior to any notification from the courts. The company said we remain committed to strengthening trust in the service of process system. Judge recently dismissed Brenda Glor's case so she can begin repairing her credit. Now she hopes more can be done to repair a broken process.
If I was to go into court and lie and they caught me, wouldn't they do something to me?
Now, in this lady case, she actually had some charges she did not agree with her credit card company. And apparently the credit card company ended up suing her for this credit card debt. Now, in this case, many a times you have lawyers that actually run debt collection companies, and they'll buy these debts and they will turn around and sue you. Many of these companies will actually purposely send the summons to a different address or even an old address so they can serve you and you don't show up from court, and they can get the judgment on you for that lawsuit. And they're able to actively collect and garnish your paychecks and even sometimes put liens on property. And they do this as a strategy. But if you don't live at that address and depending on your state, that's a violation and you can have that suit overturned. Now, there's 4 steps that you need to take if you are facing this type of situation. Step number 1, if you are disputing charges with your credit card company, make sure that you write them. Just don't talk to them over the phone, and make sure you write them certified mail and request your whole history of charges on that account from the beginning opening date to the current date. You can use this as your evidence moving forward. Step number 2, dispute any inaccurate information on that account with the credit bureaus. So this is why it's important to monitor your credit. You want to make sure that you look at that account that you're in dispute and make sure on that company is reporting the payment history correctly and the balances. If you're challenging those charges, see if the balance that they're reporting is accurate, and any inaccurate information, you need to dispute it directly with the credit bureaus. Now, remember, because an account is true, it doesn't mean they get a right to report it. If it's not 100% accurate or complete, that's a violation of the FCRA. And you need to check that account reporting on all 3 of the credit bureaus, because many a times you'll find errors and inconsistencies. And with my elite credit system, it actually imports your credit reports and find any errors in that reporting across the board. And this takes only about 2 minutes. And then you would want to dispute those inaccuracies. Now, users of my elite credit systems like Greg was able to remove a collection in 12 days. So make sure you dispute any inaccurate information. And if you need my help with my AI software or credit coaching, that link is in the description of the video and in the pinned comment section. And if you need a one-on-one with my help, that link also is in the description of the video. 3, if you find out that you have a default judgment, you need to contact an attorney immediately in your state. Talking to an attorney, they can tell you what is your state statutes and what is the court rules. Many a times, if they served you improperly, you can have that default judgment overturned. For instance, if they served it to a minor child, that may be an improper service, or to a different address than where you currently reside. That can be an improper service depending on your state. And that is out of its proper jurisdiction where that lawsuit should have been filed. So you can have that overturned. Now, in that case, make sure that you have your evidence, such as your car registration or even your driver's license, something showing your proof of address, because you would need to file a motion to try to overturn that default judgment. And the court will want to know why you didn't show up. So you want to have those exhibits as evidence in your case. And then many a times, if that happens, you might have to answer the summons if it's in its proper jurisdiction. But if it's not, the case can be thrown out. So talking to an attorney is very important. And you can also use legal services if you have one, like a subscription service like Legal Shield, and you can send that over to your attorney that they have appointed to you in your state if you have that kind of program, or you can sign up for one such as Legal Shield. I'll leave their link in the description of the video. Also, once you send that over to some of those services, they can tell you what is the protocol in your state, or even write a letter for you to the attorney's office. And that makes it look like you're lawyered up, and they can request that information for you and guide you in the best direction. Number 4, If you find out this is from a collection company that sued you for that credit card debt, make sure that once you get that service or default judgment overturned, you need to answer that complaint many a times if it's in the correct jurisdiction. If not, it can be thrown out. But if they come back with that lawsuit, remember, third-party collection companies need to show they have a legal right to collect on the debt if they purchase this debt. So you want to force them during the discovery period and find out and demand that they give you this evidence on, did they purchase this debt? And if they purchased the debt from a previous collection company, was the chain of sale correct? And request for the original contract. I'm not an attorney, so this don't constitute legal advice, but some of the things I have done in the past, I countersue them for defamation of character. If I don't owe you this debt and you don't have a legal right to collect on the debt, if they're suing me for $500, I'm suing you for $800, and I'm going to do that in a countersuit for defamation of character. Because if the balances and everything is not correct, even with the original creditor, using that tactic, they have more to lose than to gain. And they're going to have to prove those balances are correct or you lied on me. If I owe $500 and you're putting down that I owe you $1,000, then hey, you're lying on me. And I might have got to prove for that mortgage or for that credit card or for that apartment I was going for, if it was stated the accurate amount of $500, because they might have let that slide and gave me an approval on when I was going for that credit. Now, also make sure if that happened to you, keep your denial letters, because that can be proof. And also, if it's a third party company, like a collection company, how are you reporting I owe you a debt on my credit report and you don't have a legal right to collect on that debt? And so you can use your credit report as proof of this defamation along with any denial letters. So that can be your avenue of suing and even winning for defamation of character. Many a times, if you do countersue, this forces them to come to the table and to negotiate, and you can get those debts dropped, because with collection companies, they buy these debts pennies on a dollar. And a lot of times it's not worth them really fighting that. So they will just drop it. So that can give you an avenue to actually counter this and give you leverage in these types of situations. So if this happened to you, contact an attorney in your state immediately. And if they're garnishing any payments out of your check, you can have that overturned many a times if you overturn that default judgment. So hopefully this information was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section. But more detailed questions from me, you can go to my website and all your questions go directly to my cell phone. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.